Hello everyone and welcome back to the next installment of our 10.1 Raid Guide previews, proudly presented by Kingston FURY. This is Crazy Puck from Method, and today we'll show you how to defeat Magmorax in Heroic Aberrus. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is from PTR testing, and it's possible Blizzard altered the encounter in some way since the final testing. If that happens, we'll release an updated video after the fights are live. Magmorax is a single phase, single target DPS race. The boss has an energy bar that'll tick up throughout the fight. If he reaches 100 energy, he casts Catastrophic Eruption, enraging himself to deal 150% increased physical damage and pulsing every 2 seconds, dealing massive raid-wide fire damage, and then also increases the raid's fire damage taken by 50% per pulse. This is a pretty strong enrage mechanic, and during testing the enrage was at about 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Depending on tuning, this boss can certainly be tight, especially early on, so make sure your raid is optimized for single target damage. As for other mechanics, the fight itself is actually fairly straightforward. Incinerating Maws is a tank smack that hits hard, applies a dot, and makes you take 50% increased damage from Incinerating Maws for 30 seconds. You'll just want to swap it 2 stacks. When the boss casts Blazing Breath, he'll turn towards a random player and breathe fire in a cone, dealing heavy damage to anybody hit. Just dodge this so you don't die. Molten Spittle will put 6-second dots on a few random players, denoted by a circle around them. When this expires, they'll explode for mild damage and drop a magma puddle on the ground. Magma puddles will expand slowly over time. Fortunately, you can soak these. Standing in a magma puddle reduces its size over time and can make them completely disappear. Soaking gives you stacks of the Searing Heat debuff, which is a 10-second dot. If you reach 25 stacks of Searing Heat, you die. Additionally, if the boss ever touches a magma puddle, he'll gain 5 energy per second, which can severely affect your ability to kill him before the enrage. Magmorax's next ability is Igniting Roar. This will deal raid-wide damage, apply a permanent dot to everyone, and throw a bunch of swirlies called lava ejections on the ground. If you soak a swirly, it'll deal mild damage to you and cause you to take 150% increased damage from lava ejections for a minute. Any swirlies that don't get soaked instead deal raid-wide damage and then leave behind an extra magma puddle. This is really bad, so make sure you get these soaks. The boss's last ability is Overpowering Stomp, which deals AoE damage and knocks the entire raid back. The knockback is the dangerous part here, because if you aren't careful, you can get knocked into a magma puddle. Doing this while already having stacks will obviously reset your stacks and also put you at risk of reaching 25 and just dying. You can also get knocked off the platform into the lava surrounding the room, which hurts a lot. This happens at 1 minute and 13, 2 minutes and 55 seconds, and 4 minutes and 37 seconds. The biggest thing is that you do not want to get knocked into puddles or off the edge. For this fight overall, we recommend using Bloodlust on pull. The tanks will want to swap at 2 stacks, and all players will need to dodge the frontal breath. Everyone in the raid should be helping soak magma puddles when they appear, but keep an eye on your stacks. Never go above 20 stacks unless you absolutely need to in order to prevent the boss from standing in a puddle. On PTR, you could use Hunter's Turtle and Rogue's Cloak to help soak puddles and avoid stacks, but other immunities didn't work, so it's unclear what immunities, if any, are actually going to work on live. Everyone should be looking to help soak the lava ejection swirlies, and you want to make sure none ever go off unsoaked, as extra magma puddles can really cause more issues. When the boss reaches around 25 or 30% health, you'll actually want to stop soaking newly formed magma puddles. Instead, have the targeted players drop the puddles as far towards the edges as possible and just nuke the boss. You still want to soak the lava ejection swirlies, but at this point you should be able to safely ignore the puddles unless they get too close to the boss, in which case soak them a little bit to reduce their size. If you drop them far enough away though, they shouldn't really have time to expand to reach the boss. The reason we recommend ignoring the puddles from this point on is to try to minimize the overall incoming raid damage. The fight really ramps up at this point, with the Igniting Roar giving permanent dot stacks, so by the 4-minute mark, you'll actually have 7 stacks of this, which is dealing a lot of damage to everybody. Adding on multiple players with several stacks of Searing Heat combined with the damage from a Stomp or a next Igniting Roar can really easily knock people out. As for overpowering Stomp, the latter two casts can be problematic, especially so with the third cast. We recommend utilizing a Warlock Gateway to mitigate this. If you click a gateway with less than half a second remaining on the overpowering Stomp cast, you'll be in the air as the knockback goes out, which completely lets you ignore it. Doing so also eliminates the risk of being knocked back into the magma puddles and taking extra stacks when the healers are already strained. You'll want to rotate healer cooldowns near the end of the fight as needed to keep everyone stable, and blast hard to beat the DPS check. If you enjoyed this guide, remember to like it and make sure you're subscribed to the channel to catch all of our previews, guides, kill videos, and more. A big thank you again to Kingston FURY for making guides like these possible. From everyone here at Method, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.